Stardust by Joshua Ong. Long ago, the world believed it understood the shape of fear and wonder. There were humans, fragile yet stubborn, building fires against the dark. There were werewolves, bound to the pull of the moon, carrying both loyalty and fury in the same heartbeat. There were Dracula, creatures of blood and shadow, elegant, immortal, and endlessly hungry. These were the names whispered in villages, written in forbidden books, and carved into prayers meant to keep nightmares away. But the world was wrong. Hidden behind myth, deeper than legend, older than language itself, existed something else. They were called Stardust. Stardust were not born of Earth. They arrived before the first human foot pressed into soil, before the moon learned how to shine. When the universe was still young and stars were learning how to die, fragments of those stars did not fade into nothing. Some fell inward, folding upon themselves, remembering light, remembering time. From that remembrance, Stardust emerged. They did not drink blood. They did not fear silver. They did not age. They remembered. Each Stardust carried within them the memory of a collapsing star, heat beyond fire, gravity beyond weight, silence beyond death. Their bodies looked human because the universe learned that shape early and liked it. But beneath skin lived constellations, rotating slowly, patiently. To humans, they passed as scholars, travelers, artists, forgotten inventors. To werewolves, they felt like calm nights when the moon did not command. To Dracula, they were unsettling, beings who did not fear eternity because they had seen what came after it. The Stardust had one rule: never rule, never reveal. They watched civilizations rise and vanish like breath on glass. They nudged, never pushed. A sudden idea in a mathematician's mind. A dream that stopped a war before it began. A child spared from death because someone turned left instead of right. History thought these were coincidences. They were not. Once, long ago, a Stardust broke the rule. She loved a human. Love, to Stardust, was dangerous. Attachment created gravity, and gravity bent time. Her light dimmed as she stayed too long, remembered too little of the stars and too much of a single heartbeat. When she died, truly died, the sky reacted. A new star appeared where none had been before. Werewolves howled without knowing why. Dracula felt something like grief for the first time in centuries. Humans looked up, pointed, and gave the star a name, never realizing it was a grave. From that moment on, the Stardust learned restraint. Even now, they walk among us. They stand beneath city lights that mimic constellations. They listen to radio's echoing cosmic noise. They watch children stare at the night sky, feeling a pull they cannot explain. One day, when the universe begins its final quiet, when even Dracula's immortality runs out and the moon no longer calls to wolves, Stardust will reveal themselves, not as rulers, not as gods, but as witnesses. Until then, the world will keep telling the same old stories. Humans, werewolves, Dracula, and hidden beneath all of them, glowing softly, waiting patiently, Stardust.